I'm at North Homestead, Ohio, Giant Eagle. Someone just stabbed a kid and a lady in the parking lot.
Screams in the parking lot as we were parking or walking to our car, and we saw the kid.
Court TV obtained new video from the moments before what police believe was an Ohio woman fatally stabbing a 3-year-old boy outside of a local grocery store. Here's the surveillance video. 32-year-old Bionca Ellis enters the store with a knife in hand before she walks out of frame. It's moments later that she re-enters the frame and then follows the 2 victims out into the parking lot. She was then arrested and taken into custody, but this was after the victim, 3-year-old Julian Wood, was stabbed multiple times in what authorities are calling a random attack. The child later died due to his injuries, and Ellis was arrested. Her bail was set at $5 million for stabbing the child and wounding his mother. She'll be back in court for a hearing on Monday. Now, what do we make of this case? Let's talk about it with criminal defense attorney and former prosecutor Joe Tamburino. Joe, I just want to get your initial reaction to seeing surveillance video of someone walking around that store with a knife in hand and police saying that this was a random attack.
Well, this is one of the scariest things, these random type attacks, which obviously this was. And I think it's going to be one of those situations where the defendant obviously has some mental health issues, but does not amount to be insane. And she should be prosecuted and put away for a very long time. But unfortunately, we see these things throughout society sometimes. Here in Minneapolis, we had something similar about 5 years ago where someone at the Mall of America decided that it was some great idea to pick up a little 9-year-old boy and literally throw him over the railings several stories down to the bottom of the mall. Now, thank God that child survived. He has some ongoing issues, of course, and that individual the defendant got 19 years in prison. But for some reason, every once in a while, we see these very deranged people who simply prey upon the most vulnerable in society and pick them at random. It's just highly, highly terrible.
It's interesting what you said, Joe, that this is someone who may be found to have mental health issues, but not legally insane. There's video that police have of a body camera where they were talking to this suspect before this incident, days prior. Let's take a look.
Somebody called because they were concerned about you.
Yeah, I kind of get lightheaded from my medicine.
5221, I'm out. Do you need assistance at all, or you need an ambulance or anything? Are you feeling all right?
No, I think the temperatures is getting to be just right.
Okay. Do you have an ID on you, just so I can tell them that you're all right? Are you from around here, or are you trying to get out of here?
Both.
Both?
Joe, what are you picking up on when you see that video? I mean, completely different than what we are seeing in not only the in-grocery store knife-wielding video, but also the smirking suspect video of her in court.
Well, this is why she's never going to have an insanity defense, because someone is in her position there. Yes, it seems like she does have some challenges, and you could have plenty of mental health challenges. You could have bipolar disorder. You could have all sorts of maladies, but it doesn't mean it rises to insanity. Right there, you saw an exchange where she was able to intelligently listen to what the officer was saying and respond, and even be witty about it. Because when you heard the officer say, "Are you from here? Are you trying to get out of here?" she said both. Ha ha. So yeah, I mean, that's going to eviscerate any type of issue with having an actual insanity defense at trial.
It's such a difficult crisis, mental health crisis, that sometimes we're faced with how they interact with the criminal justice system, what services people need, what services they aren't getting. What did she need? We don't know what her situation was, what her housing situation was, anything like that. Let's listen to what the father of this little boy had to say when asked this tragedy in their family. Take a listen.
That day, 1 week ago, she took everything from us. There's nothing that could ever replace my son or anything that my wife and I, even our other kids, are going through. It's horrendous.
This family does have a GoFundMe set up for the family of Julian Wood. Their goal was to reach $10,000, but so many people have been impacted seeing this story, this tragic story. They've actually raised $250,000. So we, of course, our heart breaks for them.